Welcome you all in this educational video of NIOS for subject Library and Information Science, code 339. In this video, we will be doing lesson number 3. The aim of the lesson is Modern Library, Automated, Digital and Virtual. As we all know that nowadays our library is also becoming digital and new technology is coming. Our old methods of books and education are modifying continuously. So let us first begin with learning difficult words from this lesson. Inventory. Transmitter. Card catalog. Manually. Invoice. Retrieval. Cabinet. Dynamic. Accurate. Fiscal. automation, portable, database, website, corresponding, so far we have understood the difficult words from this lesson. From here onwards we will begin the lesson. So let's get started with the introduction. At present, users need pinpointed, speedy and in-depth information on a specific field, and that too as quickly as possible. So multifold increases in the information output and its usage has made it a challenge for the librarians to organize and disseminate required information quickly. So, organizing this enormous information manually and by conventional method is really time consuming. Therefore, there is urgent need to computerize libraries and to provide efficient and timely services to the users. So let us now understand the need for library automation. We will understand it in points. So point number 1, literature explosion and information overloads. So this created the need for library automation. Also, there is a need for handling large amount of data information. As we know that the need for handling the large amount of data information, we understand that the data is enormous and that same data needs to be categorized and kept as a simple storage place so that any user, if in need of getting the information related to the topic, then that can be easily be available to the user. Third point, complexity and scattering of information. As we know that information is enormous, and also along with the data explosion, the information is also of different types, and which makes it complex. So that created a need for data library or automation. Point 4. Interdisciplinary nature of research and information. So in every field there is a need of research, and sometimes the topics are so interconnected that created the need for library in automation. Point number 5. Speedy processing of information and its retrieval. Point number 6. Flexibility in information search and it is just like the abundance of information. Point number 7. Better bibliographic control at local, regional, national and international level. So all these points made us understand that there is a need for library automation for better management. Further, point number 8. Economic implications of new information technology. Because there is so much of information and so much of new softwares are coming up, so the economic implication is also an important factor that is important for all the library staff. Next, point number 9. Geographical and other barriers to communication. Sometimes there are certain barriers that needs to be eliminated so that proper and adequate communication can take place. Next, point number 10. Optimum utilization of available resources either inside or outside of library. Further, point number 11. Improve the existing services from the point of quality, user friendliness, regularity, etc. As the time passes, the services needs to be improved. So that is why there was a need for library automation. Keeping the quality concern, the library automation has helped improve the quality. Point number 12. To avoid duplication of work, it is important that we keep a track of all the work which is done and which is in process. Point number 13. Utilize the services of the existing staff effectively. So all these are some important points which were needed for the automated library. Break,
प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने,
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर,
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने,
So let us now continue after the break. We were discussing about the library automation. So here we will understand the purpose of library automation now. We will discuss it in points and understand the basic need and purpose of library automation. So point number 1 explained us that to increase the operational efficiency of the library it is needed, it is the main purpose. And point number 2 explained that to cope with increasing demand for services it is required as we know, the need of library is increasing, so is the demand for its services. So, automated services help solve the queries of users. Point number 3, to improve the quality of services, the library automation is required. So it is also a kind of service. Point number 4, provide new services which are otherwise not possible. This is one of the important purpose of library automation. Point number 5, to improve the management of information, products and services. The need was felt for the library automation. And this is one of the main purpose. Point number 6, to facilitate wider access to information for the users. Point number 7, to facilitate wider dissemination of information product and services. Point number 8, to participate in resource sharing and library networks. Point number 9, to enable easy communication with other libraries and professionals. Let us now understand the areas of application of library automation. So basically we have 5 areas which comes under the integrated library automation system. The first one is acquisition, next to that is cataloging, next is circulation, and then fourth step is serial control and then reporting. So these are the basic 5 applications area for the library automation as an integrated library automation system. So we will understand all these 5 points one by one in sequence. The first point, as we saw, was about acquisition, means to acquire something. So for that we need to select the documents. So that is why the first point is selection of documents. Whenever documents are selected, then next to that is we need to order that. Then third is we have to create a purchase order. Then fourth is we have to claim or we have to cancel the document. In case of we have already claimed and we need some cancellation, so that way is we need cancellation of document. Then after that we receive the process, the content. And the sixth point is extended procurement, which is in the case of some addition of the selected list. And then seventh is gift tracking. This is something which is inside that system to track the gift item, whichever are to be received or which are to be provided to the users. Because this library automation system is a big system and there are so many work, so gift tracking can gift tracking services is provided in this system automatically. Next to that is 8th is maintaining information about all library related funds. In this, all the expenditure and all the information related to library material is kept and is informed in detail. Next point is tracking fund allocation and adjustment. Because in library there is so much work which needs to be taken care of by the accounts department, so that is why fund allocation can be done easily through the system. Next point is expenditure out of allocated funds. Whatever funds are allocated to the library for a particular work, so that can be tracked and keep a record by this system automatically, and that is why the record can be kept and cash balance can be also checked accordingly. Next point is use of operating the fiscal information through recording of specific transactions. So whatever expenditure has been done in the 1 year or the complete one session of the library, that can be updated easily. The last point, number 13, is tracking year to date expenditure. It means all the expenditure which are done from the past time till date, all that can be easily tracked. So we have understood the point number 1, acquisition. So this second point is cataloging. Let us understand it in detail. A catalog is a list or bibliography of books and records which is available in a library. In our previous time, earlier, in the manual system, libraries used to maintain book or card catalogs. So all the things were done manually and all the inputs were done with the help of person. Point number 3, book catalog lists bibliographic records in an alphabetical order by different entries or by class numbers. So there may be more than one record on each page. The pages are then bound into a book. So the alphabetical order of the book will help us understand and bind the book. This is the third point, which is in continuation of the acquisition and cataloging, which is the first point was acquisition, the second was managing the account, and third is cataloging. In this, the online public access catalog comes, and we know that there is a online software or what we call as web OPAC. So it is an online public access catalog which is used by the library to make its users use the library in an easy way. And then next point is circulation. Circulation section involves direct interaction between the users and staff, and therefore it requires efficient and speedy services. The main function in the circulation sections are as follows. Point number 1, the issue of document. So whenever any document is issued to any user, that must be inputted in the system. And second point is return of document. Whenever any user returns the books, that also needs to be inputted in the computer. And next, in case of renewal of document, so that also needs to be provided in the computer software. Fourth point is loan periods of documents. Next point is fifth point, which is processing schedule. Sixth point is hold of documents. Message notices to users. So this software send message to many users in a short time. Next is eighth point, which is transaction recording devices for offline processing. And ninth point is inventory control. So you can see all these points on the screen, that this is the software which is used by the National Institute of Open Schooling. And all the information is provided in brief. Let us now understand the serial control. This is the fourth point. In this, first we need to know about the subscription of journals, that every month whenever we publish or print any journal, then a serial number is given to all the journals. Point number 2, subscription of e-journals and databases. Point number 3, subscription and renewal of journals. Point number 4, subscription and renewal of e-journals and databases. Point number 5 is to claim the missing issues. If any issue is missing, then we can easily find the missed journal. Point number 6 is replacement of journal. Because we know that there are serial numbers, so we can easily find the missed or replaced journal. Similarly, point number 7 explains us about the monographic serial, and point number 8 explains about the invoice processing. All this is done with the help of serial numbers. Here you can see easily and understand how the serial number can help us find the sequence. This is the 5th step. In this, we talk about the reporting. It is also mentioned in points. So, point number 1, various reports and statistics related to library activities. So, reporting is important. In this, we need to report different activities which are done on regular basis and their data, so that we can easily keep all the information, and whenever in future we need any information related to that, we can access that. Point number 2 talks about tools for the analysis of statistical information. Point number 3 talks about maintains list of users, publishers and suppliers. Point number 4 talks about stock verification and develop stock verification reports. So it generates message for the library staff and users. Also, it is required to generate reports on the lost books, missing books and books sent for binding, and so on, for the purpose of library administration. And this is the last point which we are going to discuss. This is the salient features of an automated library. We know that automated library services provide users with timely access to library materials, and also it helps us eliminate routine tasks or perform them more efficiently. So it increases our efficiency. Point number 3, the library automation reduces the amount of time spent on material acquisition, serial management, budget administration and record keeping. Point number 4 explains us that library automation supports new means of information retrieval by introducing users to global information. Point number 5, the automated library system allows users to use search strategies that exceeds those that can be used with card catalog. Point number 6 allows users to search library's collection from location outside the library's wall. And point number 7 explains that motivate users and equip them with problem solving and information retrieval skills. So far we have understood the important points of this lesson. I hope you all understood it well, and it is a very important topic. It makes our work smooth and efficient. So library automation services are important. Some institutions use their own software because we know that technology has improved and everything is becoming digital. So nowadays more libraries are getting modernized. Thank you. Namaskar.